South Africa just rewrote a major rule. Its inflation target is now 3%. That's a game changer for your loans, your savings, and how the Reserve Bank works. If you've ever fretted about rising prices or worried about what interest rates might do to your monthly payments, this matters to you. The government just announced that South Africa's new inflation target is 3%, down from the old 3 to 6% range. And let me tell you, this isn't just a tweak. It's a complete reset for the country's approach to inflation. Let's break down why this is such a big deal. The Reserve Bank has argued for years that the old target band was just too wide. It made it tough to keep inflation expectations in check, and honestly, it put South Africa at a disadvantage compared to other countries. By zeroing in on 3%, the goal is to give everyone, businesses, consumers, investors, a clearer idea of where prices are headed. And there's more. The Treasury and Reserve Bank did a joint study, and they believe a lower, tighter target can help bring down long-term borrowing costs. That means, over time, you could see lower interest rates on loans and mortgages, and the government might end up paying less to service its debt. Sounds good, right? But, and there's always a but, this shift isn't risk-free. Here's the catch: with lower inflation, economic growth measured in rand might look a little slower, and the government could take in less from taxes, at least for a while. That's why there's a +1 percentage point tolerance band, so inflation could move between 2% and 4% if things get bumpy. Plus, experts expect it'll take 2 years for this new target to really bed in. Now, what does all that mean for you, every day? If you're a borrower, you might see cheaper loans and mortgages in the future, as long as interest rates follow inflation down. If you're a saver, your money could hang on to its value a bit better, but don't expect high returns on fixed deposits. Small businesses could find it easier to borrow, but only if the economy picks up speed. For shoppers, the big story is stable prices for essentials. Think food, petrol, and rent. And for government? If the plan works, they could end up with more money to spend on things like infrastructure and public services. But only if the transition goes smoothly. So, who wins and who loses? Borrowers with long-term debt and folks who worry about price spikes come out ahead. Long-term investors too. On the other hand, if you rely on high fixed deposit rates for your savings, or if you were hoping for a quick interest rate cut, this might sting a little. And politicians who got used to inflation-boosted tax revenue, well, they'll have to tighten their belts. What about the short term? Don't expect fireworks. The Reserve Bank is probably going to take its time, watching the numbers before making any bold moves. But if this goes well, it could mean more predictable inflation, cheaper borrowing, and hopefully winkerbens andar by ambarberkensh obstan, a stronger, more stable economy in the long run. So what do you think? Is aiming for such a low inflation target smart, or could it backfire? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't miss tomorrow's episode. I'll dig into how this change could shake up bond markets and what it means for government borrowing. See you then.